Welcome to DBL. That was rocker Gwen Stefani making her CMT debut alongside Carly Pearce at last night's awards show. Kelsea Ballerini and Kane Brown hosted the show, and things got personal for Kelsea when she spoke about last week's school shooting in Nashville. Take a look.
I wanted to personally stand up here and share this moment because on August 21st, 2008, I watched Ryan McDonald, my 15-year-old classmate at Central High School, lose his life to a gun in our cafeteria. I pray deeply that the closeness and the community that we feel through the next few hours of music can soon turn into action, like real action.
Wow. Kelsea also showed her support for the LGBTQ+ community by performing on stage with drag queens. Watch. So that was powerful because, you know, a year ago, maybe performing with drag queens would have seemed like a fun avant-garde performance. But now, especially because she's from Nashville and all the rhetoric in Tennessee banning drag queens and I believe they're trying to ban public drag shows now, not just the readings to children. For her to do that, especially at the CMT Awards, which usually leans a little bit more conservative, I thought that was very bold of her.
I think the juxtaposition, which is really what a lot of people are saying when we're talking about protecting our children, of her recounting a school shooting in 2008 that she witnessed. And I think we're so desensitized to these conversations now. She's saying that she witnessed someone get shot and lose their life. Like the amount of trauma, survivor's remorse, all of these things that people are experiencing every single day, and those numbers grow every single day. So to do a juxtaposition of this is what we're fighting about, drag queens performances, when you could be talking about making our schools safer and ensuring that kids aren't shot in school. Altogether, she was able to bring that together.
That's a fantastic point. I didn't even look at it like that because you're like, what do you really care about in these two scenarios when you put them back to back, right? So that was a fantastic point. But to Kelsey's point, to bring it up, I usually don't like when people bring in politics or outside things to award shows like this and kind of push something. But something needs to be done. The government is doing nothing. And I don't mean to be one of those people and push something that I believe in, but it's like, who wants this problem to continue? We have to address it, and it's the perfect stage. The walls are closing in, right? It's happening to her. It's a matter of time if we don't do anything before it's one of us and our children or someone close to us. And I think the only thing we're going to change those laws is when it happens to a politician's kid in their fancy school that they had no idea would go down. And that's where we're at.
It's sad that that's, I know, and obviously we're not wishing that, but we need to say that. No. But it's such a weird thing, and Erica, again, you said such a good point that you made Jeff and I kind of rethink what we were going to say. But I've always said, people that survive these shootings, the survivors, they go somewhere. The people that were in the grocery store in Buffalo, they're out in society. The people that were at the concert in Vegas, the sadness that is a cloud that hangs over our country because we all, and my friend Jermaine was killed pre-internet, and I remember even in his obituary that was in the newspaper, it was kind of like pre-trolling before the internet. Somebody goes, just another senseless gangbanger, and he was the sweetest guy. He was just getting food for his daughter, who was a kid at the time, and even then people are already being vicious towards people. But I think about him all the time. I think about when my friend Don called me and told me. I know where I was sitting when he told me, and what his voice sounded like. So you can hear in her voice that she went right back to that cafeteria when that happened. And I think, so you're right, Jeff, something has to be done, Sam, because it cannot continue.
No, and how many kids are going to grow up and start self-medicating to somehow, I'm not saying that will happen, but looking at statistics, when you witness something traumatic and you don't know how to deal with it, you self-medicate to disassociate. So what kind of citizenship citizenry are we going to have in 10, 15 years, or even now, or in 5 years, with the opioid epidemic? And it's a never-ending cycle. I pray things change.
Let's fix it.
Okay, we're going to switch gears because the big winner of the night was Jelly Roll. The country star newbie won 3 awards, including Male Video of the Year. He got emotional when thanking country radio for accepting him. Jelly Roll is a former convict and at one point was broke and living in a van. His wife is Bunny XO and used to be a high-end escort in Las Vegas before they got married. So is the country world ready for all this jelly? Who wrote that? You did, Jeff?
First of all, that was funny. You delivered it terribly. You gotta commit to it. You gotta commit to it. You want to try it again?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, no, I don't want to. Okay.
First of all, Jelly Roll. Everyone's smiling because when you say Jelly Roll.
Okay, so I've got to channel the Beyonce song.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is the country world ready for all this jelly?
We'll leave it there.
You overcommitted, but yeah, somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle.
Overcommitted on like 3 words. All this
jelly. Okay.
All right.
awesome.
That was a good audition, though.
Okay, thank you. I'm not the best, but thank you very much. So what do we think, though, about the fact that this is somebody that doesn't, again, typically fit into used to work for country music, doesn't fit into that stereotypical country music genre?
I mean, I did country radio for a little bit, and I do appreciate how he recognizes and talks about thanking radio, because that's something that I feel like some other genres tend to be disappointed that once people get to a certain level of fame or accomplishments, they tend not to do the local radio angle. They don't see the value in it as much as we did when we were growing up. And I think that's something that country music has always had, a tight community like that. And apparently it's expanding. So good for country music.
Yeah. Was there like a Jelly Roll equivalent to like when you were, like who was kind of the outcast when you were doing radio? Not the outcast, but like the outsider.
I don't know. I can't. Yeah, I don't.
All right.
Bless you.
I thought you were whispering the answer to her.
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't. I remember going hard for. Oh shoot! Now I'm like putting myself on the spot after you put me on the spot. Yeah. Casey Musgraves.
Oh,
it was like a controversy at the time. I was like, I don't know who this Casey Musgraves is, but that is my girl, and I don't care if Mama's Little Pill and that controversy. And she looked at Miranda, was crazy, and then everybody was talking about her. I was like, I don't care. Casey's my girl, and look at Casey.
Okay.
Casey blew up.
There you go. Okay, so we can't talk about an award show without talking about the fashion, and there were some amazing looks from last night's show. First up. Wow, wait till you see this. Look at Carrie Underwood. Look at her. She took Bedazzled to another level in this jumper, and look at her thighs. They are cut. Take a look at Lainey Wilson, who rocked a low-cut floral jumper and a hat. Very chic.
I like that.
Okay, Megan Thee Stallion, you guys. She slayed in this royal blue dress. We're going to see it, the cutout on the hip. You're going to see a lot more of this, very fashion forward. And Winona Judd wore a gorgeous jeweled velvet suit. This to me screams like CMT Awards, like big time. And then there's Kane Brown. I see you in this, Al. Wore a two-tone suit.
Oh, I can't pull that
Yes,
off.
you
I would, if you got it, I would steal it from you, because that's hot.
You know who could pull that off? I think Jeray, our
for sure.
Yeah, our
Oh,
hair
Jeray
and
can
makeup
pull
guru.
anything
Yes.
off.
Yeah.
Yes, I think Jeray could do that. And I could see Anthony doing that too.
Definitely not Anthony. Definitely.
Anthony pulled off
That's your
the beach
husband,
tuxedo, which no man can do, with just the knickerbocker pants that go below the knee for the tux. I thought that was a cool look.
He did?
Yes, you never saw that picture? At his friend's wedding?
Are we talking about my husband?
Yes.
That was a short suit.
Yeah.
Well, either
Oh
way.
my God.
Where'd you get
He wore
knickerbockers?
shorts.
Aren't knickerbockers long shorts?
No, this is what
era
happened.
are we in?
Anthony was upset that women could wear
He was
like
in his
sundresses to summer weddings, and so he took one of his suits and had them chop the arms and the legs and made it into a short suit.
So I was right. You act like you didn't know what I was talking about.
Those are
It's a ridiculous
wow.
short
I don't think
suit.
anyone
It
has
looked
said
awesome.
knickerbocker since like 1922, but okay.
The New York Knicks, they're playing well.
We have to talk about my girl Gwen. Gwen Stefani, who paired the tuxedo miniskirt with faux fur boots, had everybody talking.
In a good way or a bad way?
Oh, yeah, I don't like it. And I love me some Gwen. I love her bold fashion choices, but this to me is just a miss. And I hate saying that out loud.
Yeah, I know it hurts you.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts my soul.
I love the honesty. Yeah, that's a miss. When you go big, you can miss. So shout out, she tried. But that was a miss.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you say? Like if my wife was wearing that before an award show, I'd be like, where are you going with that? Yeah. Like, well, we cannot go together. I'm gonna fake COVID and you go. I wouldn't go.
Yeah,
it wasn't that bad.
It was not great, Erica.
That's rough.
You can now call him Snoop, the wrestler. Yesterday, Snoop got into the ring at Wrestlemania, taking on The Miz. He got the win by landing the Rock's signature move called the People's Elbow.
Yes. You know what?
That's not easy for Snoop to do all that. You have to
He's very tall.
You have to full-on train to do that.
And how old is Snoop, to be honest? In his late 50s?
Yeah.
Mid-50s?
Mid-50s, yeah.
He just doesn't, you don't just show up in the ring and react.
No.
Like, he learned those moves.
I mean, he was walking a lot, but yeah.
No,
he
you
was
learn
walking
the moves
a lot.
He was walking.
I mean, Erica, he didn't do a backflip off the top rope. I mean, I thought that was really good.
He
First
jumped
of all,
up.
Snoop is my man. We need to just say that right off the bat.
He's everybody's man.
But I'll say this, you know what, Jeff, in a weird way, Snoop is so famous. When I was looking at this clip, I was thinking about The Miz, because if Snoop dropped an elbow on me, I would be on the floor like, I made it. Like, I'd be like, I am, like, this is the best moment of my life. Like, that's how famous Snoop Dogg is.
He's 51.
51, there we go.
51.
Well, still, to be jumping around in your 50s, you know, I go golfing, I'm like, my back.
Yeah.
You know?
And The Miz is tough. So if The Miz body slams him, believe me, even though it's...
Well, it's scripted, so that wouldn't happen.
Okay, you don't know this about me, but when I hosted that MTV show for Australia, I had to go train in the WWE wrestling ring with wrestlers, and I broke my skin open on my spine from being body slammed. It's hard work. Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't. Why am I just hearing about this? I feel like we're friends. I haven't heard about you being body slammed in Australia.
It wasn't in Australia.
But why'd you name drop Australia?
MTV Australia.
Well, that was the name of the show? What was the name of the show? You don't remember, do you?
Living Loud.
That's awesome. I did MTV Made.
Sam, do we have to go? I want you to say something out loud. Check out this joke. It's hilarious. Hang in there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, hang in there. Hey, I want you to say, read this out loud.
Okay.
Read that out loud. What does that say? No, just read that in quotes.
Rise up lights.
Say it again.
Rise up lights.
It sounds like you're saying razor blades in Australia.
Y'all, are we on break right now? Like, are we in the commissary as Sam calls it?
That's funny. Try it at home.
That was fun.